EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, third and long. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. They know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production. But I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
54. Hey, Delta. Check.
Here's Foles. Throw right side of the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Panthers' 49-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A handoff, Fournette running left. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Here we go. 180. 54. I got him. Check 31. Tyler. 61. Match box right.
Now it's the former Texan. This is Alfred Blue. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run. This is Blue. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Alfred Blue, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Out of the gun, Newton. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Telvin Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Newton to throw. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now Newton. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Running left, it's Fournette. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This one complete over the middle to O'Shaughnessy. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
What we got?
Foles. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Watch the motion. Easy. 54's Mike. Check. Watch the
Now Foles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
At the 48-yard line.
A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium, where the Browns already playing their third primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks. Forced out, and time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack.
What we got?
Looking to throw on second down. Foles under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bruce Irvin picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
Mike, check. 59. Pick me up. Here we go. Mike spot 9. Hey, Charlie. Mike 59.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go deep for Conley. And this is caught at the 20. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. James O'Shaughnessy, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
I can't believe they even let you play.
On 2nd and a yard, Newton, and the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot the last couple of games.
Back to throw, Newton. The completion to Riddick. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. He was trying to go back to more there, but it'll be 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Gun. 44. Mike, 44. I'm coming.
Throwing again. Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
20. 44 is Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. Hey, I'm coming. 44 is the Mike. 44 is the Mike. 20. Bring it.
To the air again, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? They are going to go for it. It's Newton. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself,
and he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Brian Burns in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Check 24, check 24.
On the ground, it's Reddick. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Let's get it.
The Panthers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
Mike's
From the gun, here's Newton. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Telvin Smith. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They will go for it. Now Newton. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Check, waiting. Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Get that quarterback. And all. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. 49, check 49.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the out, watch the out. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Yeah, let's go. 54, hey, Haywood.
2nd and 10. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Keelan Cole, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Riddick, and he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Throwing is Newton. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. They'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And the failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Well, this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game. And that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Riddick with a carry. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now Riddick. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check, 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 check. 8.
To throw is Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Banjo, banjo, banjo. 44, Mike. 44. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. 4-4's the Mike.
3rd and long. It's Newton. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
20.
They snap it to Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former 1st-round pick, DJ Hayden. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Let's get this.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense as this guy?
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Telvin Smith in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, and maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Telvin Smith. And it's looking like the Jags are going to win this football game.
Waiting. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. 1-1.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.